Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast, which begins with Coilus Interruptus correcting the presenter on matters of grammar. Dangerous territory for a man who does not connect the words pot and kettle.
You said gout this morning.
Gout?
No.
I'm going to gout and gup and go
you said
gunder.
that.
Going to
Yeah,
gout,
you said.
But that's upstairs in the kitchen.
No, you said it on air.
I did not.
You did.
I'm only on.
You said it on air.
When did I say it?
You said it when you were talking to that other gentleman in Belfast.
The gentleman, the fat gentleman,
Yes.
the circular chap?
Yes.
What did I say, gout?
No, you said.
Maybe I accused him of having gout?
No. You said about the gentleman that you were talking to, or
Yes.
Stephen was talking to.
Uh-huh.
And you said, "What's the matter with that man? That man mustn't gout."
I probably said go out.
No, you didn't.
Wasn't
I
gout
made a
much.
note of it. I wrote.
Oh,
You
right.
said.
Oh, you're making a note of
yes.
what I say?
It's there. It's
Thank
there
you
in
very
the top corner of the page.
Emma, tear that up.
You see.
He's going to use it. He'll
So
send
there
it.
you
He'll
says
send it to the
gout.
door, get
That
my
mustn't
DLA
gout.
stopped.
That man mustn't gout much. That's what you said.
Okay, all right, then I'm sorry. My slip of the tongue. But sure, that's the way I talk sometimes. I try not
I had the greatest urge.
to. I thought that had stopped.
No, I had the greatest urge. I'm going to tell you this now.
Now, be careful.
No, it's a long
Emma, turn your head away.
No, it was on Saturday night.
Uh-huh.
Saturday night, I was out walking. I was going out for a drink. I was
Yes.
walking to the club. And I had this greatest urge to whistle.
Well, you know, you should have
I
succumbed
really,
to...
honestly, I wanted to whistle.
But there's nothing wrong with that. You should have succumbed and whistled away like a maniac. Why didn't you just whistle like a normal person?
And I was about to pucker up. And I looked around me to see if there's anyone on the street. I didn't want. I wanted it, but if there hadn't been anyone there, I had been. I was going.
Mm-hmm. Did you whistle eventually?
No.
Well, you see, do you know what's wrong with you? And I may say this to you, and I hope you don't be offended. You're institutionalized. You've been made. There's a word here, and I don't want to use it. You've been neutered.
No, and you know what I wanted to whistle?
Mm-hmm. What?
A-dee-doo, a-dee-doo, da-dee.
Gypsy Rover.
Aye.
Gypsy Rover went over the hill down by the valley so shady. He whistled and sang as the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lay. Hal-dee-doo, hal-dee-doo, day-day. Hal-dee-doo, hal-dee-day. He whistled and sang as the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. That's enough of that, I think.
I wanted to whistle that.
Well, you do that in future. If you feel a whistle coming on, you just... That's not now. No, not now. I have to turn that off. The presenter continues and lapses into a reverie prompted by the horrendous sight of retired dairymen staggering in and out of shops of a morning, desperately trying to find a means of getting the day in. The presenter knows that this might be him soon if he lives. When I come down here in the morning, I drive past certain shops, and I see men who have retired, you know, and you see them stumbling out of the shop, you know, at like 9:15, and they've always two things with them. What are the two things they have with them?
Well, one's a paper, obviously.
It's always the local paper, the Derry Journal or the Enniskillen Impartial Reporter or the Lurgan Recorder. They're all the same.
Yeah.
There's nothing in them except photographs of people in pubs and wains.
And I'd have a couple of buns.
Exactly.
Wraps
A
or
bag with
something.
two buns
Yeah.
and the local paper under his arm. You know it's going to take him all morning to read that paper, and there's nothing in it. And he knows there's nothing in it except photographs of people drinking in pubs and photographs of Wayne's heads. That's all's in it. And maybe the Belfast mayor doing Irish dancing, but that'll be in the Irish News. That's a different paper. I don't want to be like that. Those people are dead from the toes to the top of their head. But I was just thinking back, and I was thinking back.
That man that you see at 8:45.
No, you can,
that
a
man
number
could
of
be-
men.
Well, those men that you see at 9:45, those men could be up from say 6:30 and have been away on a walk or been
but they
doing
don't-
something,
they
and
look-
this is them chilling out now.
No, but they look.
That could be just it'd be mid-morning to them.
But they look as if they're finished. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're not walking with a spring in their step. They're staggering along, and they've got grey faces, and you know, the big long faces. You know, and it's a horrible sight. I don't like to look at them. But sometimes I have to turn away. I'd be speeding as well. You know, trying to get past them as quickly as I can. Well, do you know what I was thinking? This is what this is all about. What I was thinking about was this, and you know, thank God. And I hope you don't mind me saying this, but thank Keith that I am like I am. Because I was thinking back, that song, Rock and Roll is a Dangerous Game. I only ever lived a real rock and roll lifestyle for about 2 years, right? and I mean a real rock and roll lifestyle, with all the things in America and Canada, all that stuff, you know, the women, the drink, all, you know, the other stuff, everything, and everything that goes with it. You know, that kind of madness that you don't get here. When you're playing here in bands and show bands, you don't get that. It's a wee bit of that, but you don't get it, really. And America's different. You could do it there because it doesn't matter. Nobody knows where you are, and everywhere looks the same. And you can do whatever you want. Nobody cares, and, you know, and that's why people die and stuff like that, you know. And I did that for 2 years, and I was thinking back, and I was saying to myself, there are people like me who would think back and say, I'm really glad that I survived that, because there was a possibility I may not have come out of that. But, you know, I don't think like that. Do you know what I think to myself? I wish I could do that again. I keep saying to myself, I would give anything to do that again.
I think you're talking up another book.
I think you're right. I think you're right. As a matter of fact, there's one in the breach, and I don't want to talk about hens just yet. Yes, you can. A gentleman writes, here, let's start the programme.
There's a wee phone call for you.
Is there? Let's start the programme, because people will be expecting a programme. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, and welcome to the programme. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is, I know I said programme too many times, but you know what I mean? I'm not writing anything. It's just coming out of the top of my head.
Talking of programme, I've said to you in the past, and I'm going to say it again, and I'll probably say it again and again.
Maybe tomorrow morning again.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think that there is a TV programme in you taking me to the haunts of America and Canada, where your life was shaped, where your character was shaped, and showing me the clubs and talking to introducing me to the people that you talk to. And say, yes. Yeah. Well, you're not.
They're all 60 now.
You wouldn't want.
No, I think it's a programme in me going to those places.
No, but it's no good.
Not bringing you. There's no point in me bringing you, because you'd call me a liar if I go into a place and I'll say I was in here. No, he says, no, you weren't.
Yeah, but
and I say, well, how do you think? And I'll say, how do you think I knew where it was? Oh, you probably read it in the paper. Have you got a photograph of you being there? You were never in here in your life. I haven't time for that. I haven't time for a cynic like you. I'm going to go along and tell the people what I did. There's a TV programme in that. I'm not going to go and take you.
No, you could say,
you'd be wanting to be fed and everything.
This is where I played with Chris Christopherson.
And you say, you're a liar, have you any photographs?
Right. And then the undertone turns around and says, hold on, we can do better than that. Chris. And Chris Christopherson walks out of the toilets.
And he goes,
you see?
As gumbo.
And then, you say, there you are.
Why would he walk out of the toilet?
Because the undertones had him hid in there, you see. The undertones are going in there.
Good morning, sir. Or maybe, madam, I don't know. I haven't been told of your gender. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Fine.
Good. Don't need to be so hesitant. Tell me what it is we can do for you on this fine morning.
Jerry.
Yes.
I'm being honest.
Yes.
You're the biggest con man in Radio Ulster.
I regard that as a compliment. Although now a confirmed non-smoker, the urge to puff again has never left the presenter, who takes every opportunity to rail at those who banned smoking in pubs, thereby deliberately killing the only thing that Ireland had ever going for it in the first place: bustling pub culture, stout smoke and senoritas. Did you hear your man, Alistair Campbell, talking to Wendy Austin about how people are drinking too much at home these days? He said that a major cause was that so many pubs are closing down and everybody's drinking at home because we've lost the social contact we had in the old days when we would have gone down to the local for a pint and a bit of crack. Did you hear him? The pubs starting to put their shutters up? For God's sake. When did they start doing that? After they put the smoking ban on, and after they started to breathalyse people going home walking at more than 10 miles an hour. And who put all that in? Tony Blair. And who was the special advisor? Alistair Campbell. I've stopped going to the pub because I'm fed up freezing to death outside like a tube because I like a wee fag with my pint. And that's absolutely true. They killed the Irish pub. I mean, I haven't forgiven them for that. The people in Ireland killed their own pubs. It's like killing your own baby. The people in Ireland destroyed the Irish pubs. And it was that health minister, remember the guy? He was the first one to put a blanket ban. No, I think the first ban on smoking was...
Micheál Martin.
That's him. He was the guy who killed the Irish pub. And that should go on his...
no, it should not.
Tombstone.
Yes, it should.
I've got a cousin called Kevin.
Applaud him for banning.
Whenever you drive down through Donegal in the Republic of Ireland, you see all the pubs with their shutters up. Do you feel proud, Sean? Do you feel proud? Do you remember the way it used to be?
Of course not, because people have lost their jobs and people have lost their businesses. Of course not, but it's just the way the world is turning.
No, the way the world is turning is the way you wanted it to turn, because you didn't want people to smoke in pubs.
No,
so people stopped smoking in pubs, so people stopped going to pubs who wanted to smoke. Do you know what pubs are like now? Pubs in Donegal are like dentists' waiting rooms. Dentist waiting rooms, that's what they're like. People sitting there reading the paper, and there's all... haze and air freshener, and people sitting in the corner not talking, and people drinking coffee, and people saying, have you any buns? You know what I mean? Pubs were never like that. Do you remember the time a mama would come in with a fiddle and spit on the floor, and women would wear hardly nothing and be falling down around the place, bucking and everything? That was great. That's the way I wanted it. I was happy then. Anyway, don't start.
You were never
me.
a pub man. What are you defending pubs for?
I used to like pubs
You
when I
never-
the music.
You were never a pub man.
I liked music pubs. The thing is that I don't like pubs where you sit there and there's nothing happening. You have to talk to some guy sitting beside you. I like pubs you can go in and you can have a drink and you stand there and you look at the band. You don't have to talk to nobody because if you talk to them, they can't hear you because it's too loud. The pub that I want to go into is a pub where you don't have to talk to anybody, but you can stand and drink and listen to music. That's what pubs are for. And look at women with hardly any clothes on. That's what it's for. And then you go home.
I have a parcel here for you. Can I open it?
No, you cannot open my parcel.
Please.
It could be something personal.
I know what it is.
What do you mean you know what it is?
Well, I know.
Is there a letter with it?
No, there's not a letter with it, but I'm fair vexed that there's only one copy.
Fair vexed? What's that? Some kind of Ulster Scots? Open it up then.
Do you allow me?
Go ahead.
It's from a John O'Connor that you talked to yesterday, a friend of mine.
John Connor. I'll be back.
Good package opener.
Very good package opener.
There is a letter.
Oh, there is.
To you,
Don't be
so
reading the letter.
no, I
Maybe
won't
something
open it.
personal.
Aha.
What is it? What is it?
I want this.
You want it? What is
Yeah.
it? What is it?
Beyond the Wild Missouri.
Oh, that's the book.
I know it's the
Fantastic.
book.
Right, you can't have that. You knew it was that. That's why you wanted to open it.
I want to. Could I not borrow it?
No, you can't borrow it. I want to read that. I've stopped going to the pub because I'm fed up freezing to death. I read that bit. But I'm looking forward to the spring and summer puffing season when I can blow smoke round all the goody two-shoes non-smokers who suddenly appear in the beer garden to have lunch for their hateful wee children, who shouldn't even be in the pub. That's right. Far too many people are bringing their kids to pubs, for God's sake. Have you any scampi? You know what I mean. The presenter's under fire for his brave selection of music this morning. He's playing music unfamiliar to the lumpen proletariat. Nothing angers them more than the unfamiliar. They sense a kindred spirit in coitus interruptus, and they're right.
People don't like your music this morning.
You never say that the people are liking your music this morning. You never say that. Maybe it's because they never say that.
Well, we can now say if you like the music, give us a call.
Okay, well, that was a particularly long musical interlude. It was about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And the reason why I played that was because everything seemed to just kind of fit together. Do you know sometimes things just fit together?
No, it didn't fit together at all. It was terrible. It was very
but you see,
annoying. It was like having a hole in your sock. You know when you're walking along the street and you suddenly realise your big toe's peeking out and there's nothing you can do about it until you get home. And you're conscious of your toe being strangled. And
I suppose you regard the hole in your sock being plugged by Roy Orbison. Eh? Hi. Back tomorrow. Thank you.